Welcome to another edition of Weekend Supersellers, where we count down the cards that sold the best on TCGplayer.com over the weekend. I'm John Kapora, managing editor of Magic.TCGplayer, and I count down our best sellers twice a week on Mondays and Fridays. Let's get into it! I opened Swarm Intelligence at the pre-release last weekend, and I did not play it. Hopefully players are better than me at finding applications for the card. Mirage Mirror has loads of applications across all kinds of formats. Commander players will love having another pseudo-sculpting steel, standard players are going to copy all sorts of fatties, and in Legacy you can clone a Dark Depths and get the 2020 Merit token. Nice! Despair is nice and all, giving your creatures menace is cool, but I'm looking forward to the driven half of Driven to Despair. If Trample doesn't tickle your fancy, then drawing a ton of cards will. The full art basics in Hour of Devastation are slightly different than their Amonkhet counterparts, but they all look amazing. A Braid is almost guaranteed to see standard play. Kills almost everything in Mardu vehicles and can even take out stuff like Winding Constrictor or an early Long Tusk Cub. Okay, so I'm not as high on Bontu's Last Reckoning as the Magic player base at large seems to be. You essentially time walk yourself in order for access to a slightly cheaper creature sweeper? Not a fan. If your defense for Bontu's Last Reckoning is, well, you can play it late in the game, then I'd recommend literally any other sweeper. It's not like you can cast Bontu's Reckoning and then hold up a Supreme Will to counter their follow-up, because that doesn't work. You don't untap your lands. And speaking of Supreme Will is another card like a Braid that offers versatility and is virtually guaranteed to see play in Standard. If Standard keeps trending toward inbred mid-range mirrors, Supreme Will's Mana Leak mode is going to be good later in games than usual. Ooh, okay, Torment of Hellfire. I watched this, at the pre-release, I watched this card destroy a Nicol Bolas and a Razaketh because the opponent was at 2 life. So Torment of Hellfire can be sweet. I don't know how sweet it's going to be in Standard, but the potential is definitely there. Frank Sanity is next because people love milling. I don't think anyone thinks this card is going to be the next broken combo, so let's move along. This week's top selling card is Dreamstealer. I think people are more excited about eternalizing this one. Discarding 4 cards when it hits is going to be really good, and it's selling well because it's one of the more under-the-radar rares of the set. And there you have it! All our best-selling cards this week were Hour of Devastation pre-sales. The focus on the new set looks to be more casual-based so far, but we'll have a better idea of Standards players after this weekend's action. See you Friday.